Tonight, the creeps are taking over.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
All right, Corrosive Radio Open Mic is now live, and the callers are already starting, but you know what? We'll get to them in a second. Guys, how you doing?
Good. Good. That's a Virginia number.
Is it a Virginia number?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have experience with Virginia.
I'm there now.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm at my parents' house for Thanksgiving.
All right, cool.
Oh, nice. All right.
All right, so we got Dan, we got Nick, and I'm your host, Brendan, and Brett's going to be a little late tonight. But you know what? If you want to call in and do a set, phone number's 201-580-3712. Guys, we got a caller on the line. Do you want to get to it, or do you want to talk out a little first here?
I think we might as well take it while it's there. We can always address the agenda after this. Let's get right to it. That is the name of the show, right?
Okay. All right, you're on Corrosive Radio. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Sam.
Oh, my God.
My name is Sam. I'm calling from Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
Can you meet up with Nick and then use his connection? Because it sounds a lot better.
All right, go ahead, sir. Let's hear your set. You want to do a 5-minute set, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Right, okay. Last year I went to Miami, man. I was so drunk that I started to run naked in the beach of South Beach. You know that? And after that, the cop came and arrested me, and he told me, "Sir, why are you naked?" I told him, I'm naked because when you are naked, you can go to heaven. And he told me, "Hey, shit, man, you gotta put your clothes back." I told him, "Motherfucker, I'm partying in South Beach."
Dude, your connection is so bad. I don't know if anybody's understanding you right now.
Well, I mean, he sounds great for speaking into megaphone.
There's somebody on the line?
Oh, yeah, I'm on that. You hear me now?
Listen, we can hear you. It sounds like you're like you have like a megaphone and you're talking into the megaphone.
Sir, here's what you do. Take the receiver. First of all, if we're on speakerphone, get off speakerphone.
I like how you're using the we.
Yeah.
Like you're speaking to a young child.
Okay, I'm off on the speakerphone.
I don't know how you just did. So we were on speakerphone.
Yeah, I was on speakerphone. I'm sorry. I was out of my mind.
Now can you accent?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Can I go ahead now?
Go.
Crystal clear.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. You know what? I love my mama food, man. When my mama make that chicken, I want to say, sing. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Everybody now and there. And this is my way. And when she make that chocolate mousse, I want to say this. Ooh, Maria. Maria. And when she makes that parcel on the level, I want to say,
I don't know how much longer we should let this go on.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I mean, in a way it's great, but in another way it's horrible. Let me just ask you, can we encourage people to use the Skype or will that overload the connection?
No, we've been trying to.
That's one of them. But my mama, she used to kick everybody's ass. Even my cousin Jimmy. Because he used to watch a lot of porn. He was an asshole. He used to have a collection of porn from grannies, lesbians, and whatever. She used to kick his ass. One day she asked me to get her soulmate.
What do you say? We keep going with this?
I told her, no, what should be super there?
I can't understand what you're saying.
You dumbass.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. Can he not
What's his
talk
name?
like that?
Shit. What I can do, she's my mama.
Ahmed. What's going on, man?
Yeah, you still there, bro? Yeah, you still there? Yeah, what's going?
I'm here.
Yeah, so he wants to know what's going on because nobody can understand anything you're saying.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, what's happening?
Really?
How long have you been doing stand-up?
You guys are somebody?
How long have you been doing stand-up?
For like 3 months.
3 months? Oh, okay.
Have you been to any Afghanistan open mics?
What do you say?
It's not important. So, where you're calling from Florida or Virginia? I'm still not certain. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you were right, Nick.
Yeah. Well, yep. Yeah. So,
All right.
You like hookah?
Yeah, I know hookahs.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
all right, man.
What's your stance on the war?
What do you say?
What's your stance on the war?
I just had a tough time hearing you, man. Or I mean, I would like to talk to you, but I can't really carry on a conversation like this.
Yeah, because the phone, because of Virginia, they're so constipated. Even the phone is constipated too.
Yeah,
Right.
constipated phone.
Right.
Is there a land? Is there
Even
a
though it
landline?
sounds like shit.
Right.
Well, now, you know what? I understand why he's calling from his cell phone because we got a 201 number. We don't have an 800 number. It's going to cost him a lot to call from a landline.
Right.
So, but that's why we encourage anybody to call a Skype. Look for the Corrosive Radio audience account, the yellow logo, not the red one, and call in on
So
Skype.
can we encourage that gentleman to yes, please give the let's give the Skype address once more, and that seems to be the preferable way.
Yeah, it does. The audio is going to be so much better. Look, sir, if you want to call back, look for the Corrosive Radio audience account under Skype and call back in on that, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Wow.
I just hope he doesn't blow himself up before calling us back. I mean, that's the key.
Cell
right?
phone in his hands is dangerous.
You're not kidding.
All right, guys, so what's going on? Did anybody watch the movies I asked them to watch?
I have not yet, but they are on a list. And let me tell you something. Being on my list, that is an honor in and of itself, all right? I will say, listen, your John Dies at the End was a solid recommendation. So it's sort of like I keep like a roaming Yelp in my head. You've stepped up a bit and trusted as a trusted reviewer.
I got
with,
you.
But if you give me one that stinks, I'm going to, have to take it down a notch. But right now, I will definitely watch them because you've recommended one, and it was definitely worth my while.
So,
has Nick seen them?
I haven't. But how many bad film suggestions does it take before you say, you know what, don't even talk to me about movies anymore. I'm not watching anything you're asking.
That's a great question. I would say that it's what I would try and do is first to determine what movies they like. Because if I start hearing like, well, my favorite movie is Die Hard or something, like with a vengeance, one of those things. And then I'm like, really, your absolute favorite? And they go, yeah. And then also I really like Armageddon. I'm not going to take even one recommendation. So you can judge it sometimes based on their likes, almost like a Yelp page. If you said this reviewer is also interested in this or that, but I would say that I give it a good two recommendations depending on. I'd give them as long as it's not in the same genre. You got to give me one. If they can say, listen, all right, I don't really know action, but I know horror, and this is definitely something to check out. So I don't know. That's probably about my limit. After that, it's just I still tell them I'm not going to. I'll still be a jerk about it. I'm just going to sit there and go, oh, okay, and then I'll never actually watch it.
Oh, really? So you don't say I'm not watching that? Okay.
No, why would I actually be upfront? It's so much better just maybe talk behind their back or something like that. It's just so much easier, just to smile and be like, great job. I'll even lie about it too and just be like, oh, I saw that film. Man, you were right. Ben Affleck is tremendous in Daredevil. I never realized it.
So let's go with the reverse. Let's say you give somebody a recommendation, pretty much like Brendan did for us last week, and we didn't watch it, right? And we didn't follow through on our commitment on our end. How many more recommendations are you really going to give to those people?
Any number, because just the sound of my voice is just so appealing to my ears. I'll just keep spouting out I'll keep yapping about some bullshit. I'll be like, because you know what, it's like the, I just kind of, the more lures you cast, the more fish you got an opportunity to catch, that kind of thing. I'll just keep throwing something out. We'll see what we can catch. Maybe I'll throw out I'll just keep saying it until they explicitly state, please stop recommending movies because I will never see it, ever. In fact, I'm going to go out of my way to avoid that movie now. Just because you've mentioned it. At that point, I will probably, but not guaranteed, but probably stop recommending.
Are you the same way, Brendan?
No, I'll always recommend movies. I mean, I'm a movie buff. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, you're a buff. Okay.
Yeah. Now, one of the problems.
Quick question, Brendan. Do you refer to it as? Do you ever say something as douchey as? Oh my goodness, the cinematography in that film was just
no. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? I will say, like if I watch a grainy film,
yes,
and it's like almost offensive how bad it is. I mean, I will say something like the cinematography is just awful.
Right, but I mean, like you're one of those people, though. You know how some people they say actually they'll start to say words just to sound. First of all, even film. I have friends that are like big sort of movie buffs or video files, whatever they call them, and they sit there and they'll tell me like they'll never actually refer to anything as a movie. It's yes, I've seen that film. Everything's the film, and then other people, or they never make a remark about the direction, or there was like the cinematography was lacking, and I'm just like, what the. It's just I don't know. It sounds skeevy to me. So
it's just pretentious. It's just people,
yes.
Trying to act like they know more than they really do. I mean, these are people that wish they could make movies, but don't.
That's exactly right, though, because both of the people that I'm thinking of, I actually went to like film school and such. So and
sorry.
No,
when did pictures saying that we're going to the pictures go out of style? You know what I mean?
I think
I want to go to the
40s.
I'm going to the pictures.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably
like
around the
to say
same
that
time
now.
that people were saying, after a good day of stickball and pinching pennies, we got to sit down for a grape soda. Me and the boys, the Bowery
Taking
boys.
my girl out to the pictures tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, guys,
everything's cyclical. You can bring it back. I mean, somebody's as powerful as you. Why not just throw it into the act?
I might have to do that. 1940s, 1940s man taking out a nowadays woman.
Right. I mean, you've seen the Norm Macdonald thing he did at the roast of Bob Saget, where he basically did 1950s comedy.
Yeah.
Well, that's you can kind of do something like that. Just sit there. You can come out in like a little suit or something, and
I thought that was hilarious. I know a lot of people didn't like it. In fact, majority of people hated it. But I thought that it had me rolling. I thought that was so funny.
Brendan, you know what we're talking about, right?
I remember the Bob Saget roast, but who did you say did the 1950s comedy?
This is Norm Macdonald.
Oh, that's oh my God, this guy is calling back again.
Let's give it a shot. Let's see.
But it's a try. He's giving effort.
It's all right. We'll try. You know what? Call back. I answered you on the wrong phone. That was a muscle reflex. You see, I've got the two computer model going here, and so that we could share the screen.
Right.
And here we go. Now I'll do it right.
All right.
Okay, you're on Corrosive Radio. What's up?
What's up, everybody? High five.
High five. How you doing? High five.
You're not sounding any better, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you called back on the same cell phone.
Oh, sorry.
Wait a second. I'm curious,
okay.
Sir. What is your nationality, sir?
He's gone.
Oh, all right.
Well, one of the problems that we have on this show is people can't read ads, they can't follow directions, and they certainly don't call at the time that we tell them to. But well, I was fortunate enough to record a conversation that I had with somebody this week.
Ah, yes.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yes, Dan and I listened to only the first 4 minutes of it, but then this man incessantly called. Now, Dan, here's my theory on this guy.
Yes.
I believe this guy was a celebrity that was bored and he was trying to fuck with us because I tried calling back the number today.
Yes.
And it's disconnected.
So he's either a celebrity or some sort of crime lord where he has mobile phones that can be, destroyed at a moment's notice.
Right. Right. All right. So anyway, let's listen to the call, and I want Nick's opinion on it. All right, you ready, Nick?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
I'm really nervous. You're recording right now?
Yep.
So you're recording right now?
Correct.
Okay, so you guys watch Duck Dynasty?
Mm-hmm.
Say yes. So what do they have in common with drug addicts with speech impediments?
I don't know.
They're both addicted to quack.
It's a good one.
Thanks, I know. Let me flip through some more notes here. I got them all written down. So what do you get when you cross a tiger and a bear with Sir Vladimir Putin?
A photo op.
My mother-in-law.
Okay.
Let me flip through. I have like a lot of mother-in-law jokes if we go with that angle. My angle for comedy is like I do jokes that people are afraid to do.
Okay, I got you.
I'm real edgy, so I don't know if you want that on your radio show.
Nah, we want it. We want edgy stuff. Bring it.
You want edgy? I'll give you edgy.
Okay, fine.
Have you ever heard of the unicorn? The one about the unicorn on the Empire State Building?
Was it on the edge?
Say no.
No.
Because there are no unicorns. Get it?
Right.
Got you there.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between Dan Marino and my dad?
One's famous.
No. Yeah. Okay, well, don't guess the jokes. Just say what. It'll help me out a lot.
Oh, okay, I got you. Sorry.
It's fine. I just don't do it again, please. I'm trying to help you out here. Kind of do me a favor. So what's the difference between... I'm going to do it again. What's the difference between Dan Marino and my dad?
What?
About $1 million. So you hear about Obama? You know this guy Obama?
No. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to answer there.
Say yeah, because he's the president.
Yeah, okay.
And, okay, so you know this guy Obama? You seen him in the news?
Yes.
More like go bomb a country you don't belong in. Am I right, guys? So have you ever heard of the place Israel?
Yes.
There you go. So I visited it a while ago, and my friend said, "Hey, I thought that was a made up place." I was like, "No, it's real. It's real stupid."
Good. Now we're rolling. This is getting edgy.
Now we're going. See, I'm just kind of like politically incorrect. You might. I don't know if you want me on here. I might strike some matches. You know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I want to.
I'll deal with the blowback. Don't worry.
You know, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. I got thick skin.
What was that?
I said I got thick skin. I can take the blowback.
Oh no, I just don't know if your audience is ready for me.
No, they might not be.
Now, what channel, what radio station is this on?
Corrosive Radio. You can Google it.
What channel?
It's an internet radio.
Station?
It's an internet radio, sir. You got
internet radio.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought people would listen to it.
See, that's probably the funniest thing you've said.
Do people listen? How do people listen to the internet? I don't get it. What do
you've been on YouTube, haven't you?
I've been on Gmail.
Do you know what YouTube is?
I've been YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Okay, and you know how you can hear audio through it?
I see pictures. Yeah.
You can hear live feeds of people through the internet. Just go to our site. You'll see it.
Okay, I get it. I get it now. I get it. You don't gotta explain. I'm no dummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we going on with the jokes here?
Yeah. Well, can I call you back in a second? I gotta look for more material.
Okay. Well, that's about it, Nick. Well, we do have a caller on the line, but we'll get to you in a second, sir. But Nick, I want to hear your opinion on this guy.
My opinion is, I think that was an act.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it was very. I thought it was very funny because I was under the. I mean, he made me think that was his act, like that. He made me feel like I was in on it with him. You know what I mean? Not that he was just being dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, it was a very clear way, especially when he started saying things like about, "Ooh, I'm edgy," or "Hey, I'm just trying to help you out here." Like, he wasn't just. He wasn't.
And when
just
he said,
bad.
"Just say yeah, just say yes or no. Don't tell me my punchlines."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the part. I mean, look, I sensed that from the beginning. I sensed it was just two guys trying to fuck with each other, right? But here's the thing that makes me think he might be a bona fide lunatic. It's the incessant calling back, and he literally left like 10-minute voicemail messages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it gets creepy.
Oh wow. Okay. When was this? When did this take place?
This took place Sunday.
Okay.
So,
just out of nowhere, this guy called?
Well, like I said, we have a problem with people not being able to read ads on this show, and they just call whenever. You know, I mean, the ad clearly says don't call before 10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday.
Yeah, someone needs to conduct a study on Craigslist about how the literacy level and just, simple reading comprehension. So, yes, nobody ever actually calls at the appropriate time. So, basically, or they'll always ask inappropriate questions, things that are already in the headline. So, yeah, the guy ended up calling, I believe, Brendan, right? But you were kind enough to just let him do his act because he's apparently busy on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he was busy on Wednesdays. But I think that was a fucking bored celebrity who just who was just fucking like, maybe even a comedian trying to gather material for himself.
Well, it's pretty lame material.
Yeah. No, but you know what
It's
it is?
more the delivery of it that makes it.
Yeah, exactly. And he was just amusing himself. He probably thought, okay, these guys are on Craigslist. They're fucking idiots. Let's have some fun.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know about, but what do you think, Nick? I mean,
I don't know if I'd say celebrity, but the fact that he called back so many times kind of puts me away from the fact that it was somebody with a rational brain.
Right, exactly.
That's the key.
But if it was just that one segment that I just heard and that was it,
would think,
then it'd be like, all right, he probably does
purposely.
this. He's probably trying to pursue it, and he's got something going.
Right, but we're gonna get to this caller, but in a second, after we get done with this caller, I'm gonna start playing you some of the messages he left, and you can just see how long they are.
And his phone number doesn't work when you call it back.
And I called it back today. His phone number's disconnected.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. But that's what makes me think it might have been a celebrity. Like he bought like a disposable phone just to fuck with the guy. Because you know what? We've done interviews with celebrities before. They always call in on unknown numbers. You know?
But still, what is the fun of just leaving messages? It's like nobody prank calls an answering machine. What is the fun of just...
He's just sharpening his skills. That's it,
It's no feedback. It's just, you might as well he could just do it on a tape recorder for himself. I mean...
I did it, just the other day I did it. Somebody called my phone, and they misdialed my number, and they... Right, no, but here's what happened. It was a high school reunion that wanted to update the profile for a certain person, and they thought they were calling that certain person.
Right.
So, and the profile was going online. So I made the person like a transgender, like he got the operation.
Yeah, but that makes sense because there's actually like an end point to that. This is just somebody ranting into a box that's recording it. There's no guarantee anyone even listens to it. You never even spoke to him again. That's kind of why I'm thinking that it's just, that's the only thing that bothers me is that what is the fun? Like, what do you get out of it? I guess it's just the thrill of just filling up someone's answer machine. Like, what is the point?
Yeah, no, the messages don't make any sense, but the initial call where he was interacting with me made sense.
Oh yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. That's where we both thought it was an act. But once you started saying that you have 9 and 10 minute messages from him of him just doing material to your answer machine.
Yeah, no, that's where it crosses into the psycho lands.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's get to this caller. Hello, you're on Corrosive Radio. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is JJ. I come from DC.
Hi, JJ. How you doing?
Fine, brother.
Okay, man. You got an act you want to do?
Oh, yeah, man. He's a mix, of comedy and singing at the same time.
Oh, good.
Oh, here we go again. Go ahead, man. Try it.
Okay, buddy. I love my mama food. When my mama makes that chicken, all I want to do is this.
This is the same guy.
Yeah.
This is the same guy.
Yeah. Different number.
How is he calling from DC now? It's a completely different number.
Oh, and when she make the chocolate mousse, all I want to sing is this. Hello.
Nick, the area code's 571.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Oh God. Hold on. Let me. Oh wait. What's Brett saying? 1 minute. Okay. Well, let's type 571 into my phone. Virginia.
Oh, it is. I don't know that one.
It's Virginia.
Oh yeah, it's Northern Virginia. That and 703 are interchangeable.
He's still doing the same act.
And can he not hear us?
No, I muted his mic. He can't hear us.
Can people hear us?
What?
Can people hear us?
Oh yeah, people can hear him.
Oh, good. All right. And us. All right.
In Miami, baby.
Hey.
I was running in South Beach, man. I was naked like a tree.
Yeah, the connection's just.
Happy party.
No, it's better this time. By
Is
far.
A little
it?
better.
Is it?
Man.
Yeah, I can actually hear him.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening to Corrosive Radio and you want to call in and do a rational set, you can either
Or
call.
irrational.
You can either call. God, he's still going.
I told him.
You can either call 201-580-3712, or you can Skype us, which now we're going to start encouraging, and you look for the Corrosive Radio audience account, and just Skype in, and your audio will be a lot better. Now, let's back to some insanity.
I told him, motherfucker, take you this shit. I don't give a shit. I'm happy and I'm a drunk. And God bless being drunk. And when I was in jail, I met that dude. His name is Iceman. And he said he used to be a pimp. And he got fired from his job as a pimp. I told him, motherfucker, how you get fired from the job being a pimp? Because his chicks didn't get him enough money. I told him, you're damn stupid. Okay, I finished.
Nice job.
All right. I like the ending.
Would you ever, now Nick, as a professional, would you ever consider closing with that? Would that ever be, okay, I'm done?
What I used to do the exact opposite.
What's that?
I would end my joke and I would just walk off stage. I wouldn't say goodbye or anything. And it used to piss the host of the show off so much because they would just be in the back of the room, having a drink or whatever. So they'd flip me the light and I would do like my last few jokes. And instead of saying, okay, that's it for me, I would just look at the audience and just literally walk off the stage. And I had a lot of hosts come up to me and tell me not to do that. And it took me a while before I decided to take their advice.
All right, so Nick, what kind of advice can you give this person who's obviously an aspiring comic?
The music. With the music part, maybe you could do kind of like a parody thing.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like a word for word, I believe I can fly, that sort of thing.
What kind of music do you
like because you were talking about your mother and her food, right? Instead of I believe I could fly, you could be like, I believe I want some pie. You know what I mean? You could talk about the dessert or something.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's gold, Jerry. Yeah. It's gold.
That's gold.
But for 3 months, you know what I mean? You're bound. It's going to take some time. But you're 3 months in, right?
What did you say?
You said you've been doing this for 3 months, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you're on the right track. It's gonna take time, but you seem to have an idea of where you want to go, and that's the first step.
Oh yes, I want to mix comedy, with some bad singing to make good people laugh, Because I used to watch all the shows, where people sing and people laugh out there. That's how I come up with the idea.
Yeah. Well, you got the singing part down.
So you're saying he's on the right track, Nick?
I'm saying with the bad singing part, if he's saying he's going for the bad singing comedy market, he is on the right track with that.
See, for me, I think the right track for this guy would be the one with the train approaching. But that's just,
right.
That's just kind of what I'm saying. I'll be the bad guy there.
For a person doing it 3 months, yes, you don't expect much.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And now, sir, may I ask you a question, sir, JJ?
Yes.
What's your nationality?
Originally, I'm from North Africa, Algeria.
Oh, Algeria. Now, are there a lot of Algerian comedians, Nick, that you can name or no?
Just JJ's the only one I can name.
If you go to Europe, there is Jamal Debbouze. He's really good he's Moroccan, but we can say Moroccan and Algerian are the same.
Hold on, JJ. You said his name is Jamin Caboose.
A lot I like.
Jamin Caboose.
Jamin
come on.
Caboose.
You don't know him?
All right,
you haven't lived until you've seen a young Jamin Caboose do a set.
We gotta let JJ go here.
JJ.
Brett. So because Brett just showed up.
Yeah, I am late. I am very sorry.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I apologize.
You missed a lot.
You missed so much.
I missed JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what else did I miss? Get me up to speed.
Well, you
listen, and then you'll give it up to. No, I'm just kidding.
So someone just tried to call us. Jim Walls, come on, call back. But Brett, you missed. We were talking about people who don't call in at the right times, and I had the privilege of actually recording one this week.
Oh, cool.
And we're split on the decision with whether or not it was someone trying to fuck with us or if they were really insane.
I don't think we're really split. I think we're all a little confused in the sense that we all agree that it sounded like a bit.
Yeah.
And then once we received knowledge that he actually called back several times and left 9 and 10 minute voicemails, you start to say this is a crazy person.
Right. Right.
So,
Well, Nick, here, just
Yeah.
you know what? I just want to show you how many times this person called in. Let me see. I'll find his number here. Here we go. Okay. You can see that, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So
What are you looking at?
yeah, I'm sorry, Brett. You got to upgrade your version of Skype so you can share the screen. I just sent you a link to do that.
You don't know what you're missing, Brett.
Oh, am I supposed to? No, I think.
Just do it for next week. You know, just. I know it's a little hard for you to get into the show right now because you
Are
came in
you
late.
are you able to see everybody right now, or see?
I'm able to hear everybody. That's the important thing.
we're all up in Vernon now too. We decided to do this, just this like little pilgrimage, go visit Brendan.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that you want. How about I Skype in where it's video? Would that be better?
No,
Okay.
no, because
Have you seen your face? Have you seen your face? It would not be better, Brett.
Well, I thought we were
I'm
going
just
to
kidding.
do that.
no. What we talked about last week, Brett, was sharing the screen.
Okay.
Right, so that you can all because Nick was saying that he can't see when callers are calling.
Right.
So I wanted everybody to see the screen so that everybody knew when a caller was calling. So right now the only person I'm able to share the screen with is Nick.
Okay.
Because Dan's using a mobile device, he can't share. He's got to get a desktop, and I just got a message that says you have to upgrade your version of Skype.
Oh, that I have to update it.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I will do that.
All right. So Nick, anyway, so you could see how many times this person called. Now look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the right here.
9 minutes, 47 seconds.
Okay. So and then look, call started, call ended, call started, call ended, call started, and then if
Yeah, he actually says that he got kicked off at one point. He goes, your message kicked me off. So he called back and did another whole.
right,
Did another
Routine.
626.
and right,
Right.
and then look down here.
Wow.
So
It's pretty elaborate. If that was a whole, if that was all shtick, that was pretty well thought out.
yeah,
That's what I mean. And beyond that, where is the fun of doing it when you don't even get to have any interaction whatsoever? It's almost like, at that point, it's more of like graffiti. You never actually see reactions.
It's entertainment masturbation is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. What is the fun of it is just to sit there and, rattle off incredibly old, tired jokes involving mother. Now, let me ask you, is mother-in-law now becoming a hot topic again in the circles of comedy?
Well, Henny Youngman's entire act is really getting redistributed.
Yeah, there you go. Little Alan Keaton is making a comeback.
all right. So guys, you want to call this guy that just called in, and he actually tried to Skype in. So I wanted.
Let's give a Skype. Yeah, let's try that.
All right, hold on. Let's.
Brett, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing okay. How about you guguys? Everything going good?
We're good. Where were you from? Where were you coming?
I was-
Did you do a little spot?
I was in Jersey, and I had some
all right,
things I had to take
hold
care
on a
of,
second, guys. Hold on a second.
Okay.
All right.
Jim,
Is that- okay.
Hello.
Jim, how you doing?
Good.
Good. So you want to do a comedy song? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, go for it, man.
I'm on the air.
Yeah, you want to turn the radio down. You want to turn your radio down too,
Okie doke.
so that you don't get the feedback.
Yeah, you're going to be on a delay.
Okay, I'll just mute it and start playing.
Nice.
Wait,
There we go.
you know what, Jim? I'm sorry. Where are you calling from, by the way?
Seattle.
Awesome. Go ahead, man.
All right, here we go.
You see how much better this guy sounds? Never mind.
Exactly.
I like to smoke some when I am down, or just 'cause there's some around. I wish I had 20 pounds of marijuana.
And from Seattle.
I like to smoke some when I am blue, for something to do. It sure makes me wanna screw marijuana.
Nice.
Sometimes I feel like crap, so I'll smoke some and take a long nap. Or maybe I'll just lay there and fat on marijuana. Today I made friends with a duck while I was all high as fuck. 'Cause life really does not suck on marijuana.
All
right, you know, Jim,
Yeah,
Jim, you have the distinct privilege of being the funniest thing we've ever heard on this show.
Good. All right, maybe I'll do another one sometime.
All right, man. So what's going on? You aspiring comic, or what? Are you just amateur here?
Well, I've written a few jokes so far that I got paid for, but I don't really do stand-up or anything. I just write funny songs sometimes, and I do make videos too. Like I have a stoned sock puppet named Guts Knuckleson. That's he does a video on YouTube every now and then.
All right,
So where can people see that?
Yeah, give out the name of the videos, or give out your account name. Maybe if you got a Facebook or Twitter or something here.
Well, you can find him on YouTube. His name's Guts Knucklebone. Actually, that's his name, Guts Knucklebone.
That's Gutts.
Yeah, Guts.
Oh, TS. Okay.
And then Knucklebone.
Knucklebone. Okay, with a K.
Knucklebone. Yeah, and that's on YouTube. They can find a couple of Guts videos on there. I should be coming up with more in the next couple months because he likes to do Christmas videos.
Nice.
Yeah, I like how you talk about him in the third person.
Yeah.
Right on. So I haven't actually listened to your show before. Where can I catch it?
See, this is the problem. Nobody reads the ads. www.corrosiveradio.com.
Okay, that's easy enough.
All right, so if you could go there. So wait a minute. How were you just listening to us then? Because I told you to lower the radio.
I saw your ad on Craigslist saying call us and be funny. I didn't really read the ad very good, obviously, but I tried to call once before. I guess it was the wrong night. And
you talked to me.
You said to call back on Wednesday,
right
before 11 Eastern or something, and so I just called back. But I'll definitely check it out from now on.
All right, man.
Sir, are you actually a big proponent of marijuana? Is that where the impetus?
He's in Washington.
Yeah, well,
exactly. What else is there to do? Is it raining there now?
Medical patient, actually. I do have a legitimate need for it, but I don't use it that much. I mean, it's just when I have intense pain from Crohn's disease or something, I do.
Wow, you have Crohn's disease,
use
huh?
it now and yeah, Crohn's disease. That's one of the legitimate uses for it is Crohn's disease. But
okay.
So wait, marijuana prevents you
medical marijuana in here now because the state made it legal. And now the state wants to sell all of it. They want to have the whole market, so they're trying to, turn all the sick people back into criminals.
What exactly does Crohn's disease do to you?
Makes them shit.
That's not necessarily
the worst
true.
part is the pain. Actually, it'll put you in bed. So much pain you can't even roll over. But
the pain's all over your body.
Mainly in the gut area. You feel it in your back too. But
is that where the inspiration came from? Guts Knucklebone.
But it can be, I guess. Talking about shit can be pretty funny. But,
wow, that's interesting. And do you have a website at all?
Really, I just have the YouTube site right now. No, I need to promote myself more. That's for sure.
Well, you know what, Jim? If you want to, you can be a contributor to our site. Go to www.corrosiveradio.com. You can log in and register, and you can upload your videos. And And anybody is welcome to do that. We need contributors. We need to get the site.
May I ask you, sir,
Sounds
where some of the stuff that you were actually paid for? Can you say by whom you were paid, or what the joke was, or anything like that?
Well, at the moment, they haven't finished the video yet.
Okay.
That is supposed to be. It's supposed to be done, I think, in December.
Right.
And there's a couple more pending sort of copyright things, so I don't think I should talk about it.
So how does it work?
Right
Let's say, for example, I've got a great joke about my mother-in-law. How would I go about, shopping that around?
I'm not a good person to ask, honestly, because really I find these things in the Craigslist ads in the gigs section. Really, that's where I found you guys. That's where I find a lot of this kind of stuff, writing gigs and stuff like that. That's really, I'm kind of just I'm mainly a musician, but I also do some writing and that sort of thing. So I find a lot of different things to do in the Craigslist gigs section. Most of them don't pay, but every now and then you find something that pays. So,
do you play anything besides guitar?
I'm mainly a sax player, actually. I'm going to go do that tonight, actually, in a few hours.
Alto or baritone?
Tenor, actually.
Does it matter?
Okay, tenor.
Yeah. I'm going to go play some blues later tonight at a club kind of by my house. They have a blues jam on Wednesday night.
Are you actually right around the Seattle area in terms of like right near the city proper, like near this Needle and all, or what?
I'm in the Greenwood area, which is the north end of Seattle. No, I don't live in the downtown area, but I'm a quick bus ride away from it, I guess.
Were you upset to see that the Sacramento Kings decided to stay put?
Neighborhood, just an old grid neighborhood with parks and old city blocks and that sort of thing, and then a little downtown area. But downtown is just you know what downtowns are like. I mean, just big buildings and madhouse.
Let me ask you a question. I have a thing here. Just see if you can answer this question. Because it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Which side of the turkey has the most feathers?
What?
Which side of the turkey has the most
feathers?
Feathers. I don't know.
The outside.
That's a good one.
Brett, did you call me on Sunday?
What's
Excuse
that?
me?
Was that you who called me on Sunday?
It
I don't
might
know.
have been.
Maybe I did.
I like it.
Here's one of my jokes I can tell you.
Oh, good.
See if I tell it right. Okay, so a guy takes his dog to the veterinarian. Veterinarian says, well, "What's the problem, sir?" And he says, "Well, my dog has a butt licking problem." He says, "Well, sir, that's totally normal. All dogs do that." And he says, "Oh, well, that's a relief because, to be honest, I'm glad to be saving so much money on toilet paper."
Aha, yeah.
All right, here we go. Another Thanksgiving joke. Why did the turkey sit on the tomahawk?
Why?
To hatch it.
Nice
There you
canned
go.
laughter there.
Come on, these are Thanksgiving jokes.
I like
Brett, you're
it.
coming on strong. I like this.
It's getting edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want another one?
Sure.
I'd like 6
Sure.
more.
Okay. What key has legs and can't open doors?
Turkey.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Why
You went
can't?
absolutely nothing.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Why can't you take a turkey to church? Why
Why?
can't you take a turkey to church? Any
Why?
idea?
No, we don't.
I have no idea.
Because they use foul language.
I got you.
Oh,
I got one
man.
for you.
I'm not even going to
All right,
play
go
the
ahead.
canned laughter.
Okay. What kind of music did the Pilgrims like?
What kind of music did the Pilgrims like? I don't know.
Plymouth Rock.
All right, Jim, we're going to let you go, man.
All right.
Do us
We're
a
going to
favor.
spare you.
Yeah,
We'll
do us.
spare you.
Yeah, we'll spare you tonight. Do us a favor, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and tell your friends. All right.
All right. I'll see you guys next time.
And
See ya.
keep holding out for some kind of basketball team sometime.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Take
Good
care,
night, guys.
All right, bye.
Yeah. He was one of my favorite guests of all time right there.
He did, the song definitely it got me.
It's funny. It's a funny song, and just the way it just keeps going back into that one. I liked it a lot.
I'm thinking a double bill with you and him for Party All the Time. Let's celebrate.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Yeah, Jew stock.
What do you get when you cross a turkey with a banjo?
Steve Martin.
A turkey that can pluck itself.
Nice. All right, here we go.
I'll be honest,
Wait, hold on,
I
wait.
like Steve Martin better.
Yeah. Nick, are you making these up yourselves?
No.
Yourselves.
All right, here's
plural.
another one. What sound does a turkey's phone make?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Wing, wing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
All right.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Why did the Pilgrims want to sail to America in the spring?
I don't know.
Spring chicken.
Because April showers bring Mayflower.
Flowers. And what did Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims.
Yeah, that's very true.
Why did the turkey cross the road?
Oh, God.
It was the chicken's day off.
I thought it was to get away from the show.
What was the turkey suspected of?
Foul play. Come on, that's easy.
Yeah, Brendan got that one.
Great job.
You know why the turkey wanted to join the band?
Why?
Because he had drumsticks.
If you call a turkey, if you call a large turkey a gobbler, what do you call a small one? Goblet.
Okay, listen, hold on, both of you. I want to ask a question. Would you ever consider just going on stage drunk one night and just literally doing these jokes?
Sure, why not?
It would have to be
what?
prefaced.
What? How
it would
about
have to be something like, I'm telling old jokes, that sort of thing.
Right.
It would have to be prefaced. What? Why not? Why not just downplay their expectations? You know what I'm saying? Just like, hi, I'm a really good comic. Here we go. I'm very edgy.
Like Gilbert Godfrey, for example, he does like a whole special of just old dirty jokes.
Yeah,
and he could do a whole hour of it.
I would go on stage. I would go on stage and say, here are some jokes I got off of Google.
Right.
All right, here you go.
Never need to walk the audience,
Yeah. Who
Get
is
'em out.
not hungry at Thanksgiving?
Mickey Who. Oh, got to go with what works, Mickey Who. Go ahead, what? No.
They're turkey because he's already stuffed.
Ah, all right.
Oh, yeah.
What if the Pilgrims shot a bobcat instead of a turkey?
We'd have Bobcat a week. I don't know what. What is it?
We'd be eating pussy for Thanksgiving.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. What did the mama turkey say to her naughty son?
I know the answer to this one.
Go ahead, say it.
If your father could see you now, he'd turn over in his gravy.
That's it.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
God.
How lame is this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, keep going. I mean, eventually it'll get funny. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What
What did the turkeys sing on Thanksgiving Day?
I don't know.
I don't know.
God save the kin.
This is like Karnak.
Yeah. Huh? Save the kitten.
All right,
All right, here we go.
keep
Here's
going. Keep going. Don't let it stop.
Some wild, wacky stuff.
Here's wild stuff.
Can a turkey jump higher than the Empire State Building?
Can a turkey jump higher than the Empire State Building? Yeah.
Yes. A building can't jump at all.
What happened to the pilgrim who was shot by an Indian? He was shot at by an Indian, I'm sorry.
What, oh great one?
He had an arrow escape.
All right. How do you make a turkey float?
Turkey float.
You need 2 scoops of ice cream, some root beer, and a turkey.
Too true.
What sound does a space turkey make?
Oh, boy.
No, there is no sound in space.
Uh-oh, he got that one.
Well, yeah. But the answer is hubble, hubble, hubble.
Oh, okay, nice.
What do you get when you cross a turkey with an octopus?
A liger.
Enough drumsticks for Thanksgiving.
That
was terrible.
If I can build, maybe we could even create our own from the myriad of jokes that we've seen so far. For example, what do you get when you cross a turkey with a unicorn? Nothing, because a unicorn doesn't exist.
Or how about what would you get if you crossed a turkey with an octopus?
Oh yeah, we're still on that one. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you have another answer.
What's that?
8 feathered dusters.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
8 feather dusters.
What would you get if you crossed a turkey with an evil spirit?
Oh.
A poultrygeist.
God. Oh my God. Wait, Dan. I have a question. Is Poultrygeist a sex act?
It is now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
All right. I'm going to create one right now.
Have you heard any new ones of those?
Oh, I mean, there's always tons of them that are going in and out of, circulation. Let's see. I think the one of the ones that supposedly is the all-time. Well, I mean, I remember. Here's one that's always a fun one: is the David Copperfield. Now that's when you're actually doing a woman doggy style, and you spit on her back to make her think that you came. Yeah. However, when she turns around, boom, right in the eye.
Oh, jeez.
What smells the best at a Thanksgiving dinner?
What the?
Grandma.
Your nose.
Oh, that's a good one. Because it makes you think. Yeah, interesting.
Why do turkeys always go gobble gobble?
Because they're hungry? I don't know. What?
Because they never learned good table manners.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So the no calls? Nothing, huh?
No, nothing.
How do you keep Thanksgiving Day guests from falling asleep on your couch?
How do you keep?
Don't have a couch.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You infuse the gravy with cocaine.
Oh, now is that something that you made up, right?
No.
I mean, that sounds like something that really happened.
Goodness gracious. That's not so much a joke as it is like an actual viable strategy.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, that's like an ID channel. How she murdered her husband.
Well, here's one for all of our math fans out there. What do you get if you what do you get if you divide the circumference of a pumpkin by its diameter?
Pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Right. Of course.
After Thanksgiving dinner was finished, Mort saw his little brother Sid in the backyard poking holes in the dirt and filling them with birdseed. He says, "Why are you planting birdseed?" And Sid replied, "I'm growing next year's turkey."
You got to stop reading Far Side.
I'm growing next year's turkey.
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that was fucking horrible. That's why, these are free jokes,
Yeah, I know. Listen, of course, nobody's paying for this.
Come on, tell you this. Here's something about Thanksgiving, in America. Right. On Thanksgiving Day, all over America, families, they sit down to dinner at the exact same moment. Halftime.
That's like the old Ray Romano joke. He did a wonderful little bit about, what it was like to watch TV with no sound, and how he'd sit there during, Thanksgiving and basically be trying to, hide the fact that he's watching football. So he would sit there and basically be, muttering to himself, going, "Come on, Grandma, pass the turkey, pass the pat." And so he started yelling, like, "Pass the turkey, pass the goddamn turkey. Jesus Christ." And everyone's sitting there looking. He says, "Oh, what? We should have gotten rid of her last year." "No, I will not be quiet."
Okay, you know what? We got to get off this somehow.
All right, let's go back to Black Friday. They're turning it into a whole Black Friday week. I mean, they're advertising. You can start, buying stuff like early in the week for Black Friday. And I'm thinking to myself, these people are like getting really, really out of control. I mean, first of all, we give them an entire month of February to begin with. And now they're taking over.
Nice.
You didn't let him finish.
Well, kind of finished. I think it's a little out of control. I think they're getting a little, it's just too much. Too much.
Yeah.
Black Friday should be Black Friday one day. That's it. Not Black Friday week. We give them a whole month of February.
Is that
excuse me?
Is that yours, Brent?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
That's
Nice.
a good
Yeah,
one.
you should use that one.
That's a good one. Amy Schumer's going to steal that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck her.
So, Brett, just to go back, that was you calling on Sunday?
I don't know. Maybe I butt dialed Brendan. I don't know.
No. You see, this is what happens when you miss 20 minutes of the show. You really don't get the references.
Yeah.
Hey, Brendan, let me ask you something. I'm just curious. With your, interest in your political leanings and such, I'd just love to know, what is the deal with Thanksgiving? Are you for it? Are you against it?
How does my political leanings have anything to do with that?
Before you answer that, Brendan, wait a second. You said political leanings? What does that mean?
Leanings. Well, I'm just
Which way do you lean,
Well,
Brendan?
I'm conservative.
you really had to know that? Okay. So I'm just curious. I mean, like, for example, are you
I'm probably more libertarian, though.
Right. So in terms of the treatment, let's say, in the history of Native Americans, what's your feelings?
Oh, I mean, we took the fucking lands from the Indians and they got nothing,
Right.
Okay. So that is actually established fact. It's not like you're going to say oh, well, I'm tired of reparations or.
But you know what? I use that argument when anybody says the Palestinians have to have Israel because they have an historical right to it. Well, first of all, that's not even true. The Jews have an historical right to it. Second of all, even if it was true, then America has to give the land back to the Indians.
But they are getting the land back little by little. The Indians with casinos, little by little.
Just to kind of add on to your Israeli point, the reference that I always make, especially about the 6-Day War, is that was a war that the Israelis didn't even want. It'd be like playing poker with somebody and you didn't want to play with them, and then all of a sudden you beat them and take all their money, and for the next 40 years they're asking you for that money back. We didn't even want it. We didn't even want to play the game. You came to me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, except that this is getting a little too heavy for this show, don't you think?
Okay,
wait, this is wonderful. The way I'm more curious in the characterizations of it, though. I'm just curious. You're saying we. So do you align yourself more with Israel? I mean, obviously more so, but I'm saying when you say we, do you consider yourself of Israel?
You're right. I shouldn't say right. I'm not Israeli. I look at myself more as the Jewish state. In that sort of a realm,
no, because I hear a lot of people say that, but so it seems like a lot of people identify with that. I mean, we have that a lot. I mean, I've seen Italians talk about Italian politics, but it just seemed interesting that you immediately went to the we. So
I usually back Israel in most cases. I can't say all of them.
Yeah, and Israel's
they've done some fucked up shit sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay.
I think both sides have been fucking act like assholes,
Yeah,
not all the time, but they both, it's like, it's like two bullies in the street, they're just beating the shit out of each other. Enough is enough already. Just divide it up and be done with it. I mean, to drag this shit out forever is ridiculous.
And the thing is,
they're fighting over a desert.
Israel was open to splitting it up. They were open to splitting it up, and the Palestinians said, no, we want the whole thing.
All right, so give them the fucking land. Who gives a shit?
Well,
listen, all I know is Luxembourg's getting awfully uppity. All right, that's all I've got.
Put a fucking Starbucks in there and be done with it.
Yeah, seriously, it's a fucking desert.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
No, well, Israel's not. I mean, if you take a look at satellite photos of Israel, it's comparably greener. It's a lot greener than the rest of the surrounding countries.
Has anybody else ever been there?
No,
I've never
from
been.
Hell, so I'm guessing that you have.
I have, yeah. I was there for 14 days.
Did you take that trip? Wait a second now. I'm curious. Did you take the trip that is a...
I took Perillo tours.
You don't have to pay for?
Yeah, I took the birthright trip. Yep.
You did? Okay, so you did. I've read a lot about this. That's actually very interesting. Is that that's from the Seagrams company, correct?
I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know exactly.
My niece is doing that in January. She's going, and it's very, very inexpensively going there.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, what did you have to pay?
There was a bombing when I was there, actually.
Oh,
really?
Shit.
A day after we had left Ashkelon, there was a bombing less than a mile from where we were staying. It was pretty wild.
Not good.
But we had armored. I mean, we had Israeli army with us. We were pretty much walking around with people with machine guns or rifles all the time.
And you call that a good vacation?
I know.
I had a great time. I had a great time, man. I'll be honest with you. I met a lot of cool people. It was really neat.
I would be shitting in my pants the entire time that I was there because anybody like walking next to me, next to a machine gun, I would be like, I couldn't relax and enjoy myself. I just would be. So that's why I stay here.
Yeah. No, I can definitely understand that, but I don't know. I'd rather have the machine guns with me than have something happen and not have protection.
True.
So just
but Brett is saying he'd rather avoid the whole situation altogether.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
So you don't even have to pay, right? I mean, in other words, or
it's down like a deposit. It was like $300. It was very small. It's like $300. It was very small
for the entire 14 days.
Well, but then you should bring money yourself. You bring like another $300 or $400 as well, and then that lasts. Yeah. And
the purpose for this is to sort of make American Jews more aware of their heritage. Is that
that's the surface of it. I feel unfortunately it's very political.
Yes.
Underneath of it all, I do feel that. But I mean, yes, if you're just looking at the base value, it's.
Yeah, I mean, I've read because I've read. I don't know if you've ever heard of a man named Finkelstein, Norman Finkelstein. Have you? Or
he's my neighbor.
Would that name ring a bell or no? He's not a novelist. I'm sorry. He's a political scientist, and he wrote actually a very controversial book called The Holocaust Industry. It was just that's where I came across it, and I'd seen him speak. And and I think I've also heard Noam Chomsky speak about it several times. So
Noam Chomsky, yeah, he's a hardcore communist. That guy.
Yeah, I've seen him speak several times. He's also basically like the Einstein of linguistics. So
yeah, no, that I know. I loved when what's his name, Sacha Baron Cohen got him in the.
Yes, I saw that with how many languages does he speak? The cunnilinguist, right. But no, he's quite a scholar. There's no question about that. So you went, and so was this something that you would have you gone to other places though, Nick, or is it just Israel?
As far as outside, as far as like a different country,
yeah.
I mean, I've been to a few islands, but nothing like a totally separate land. No, that was my first time.
Now, Brendan, I bet you've been out. Haven't you gone to Africa? Little known fact, right?
Yeah, I was in Africa, and I was traveling in a convoy, guys, packed with machine guns because we were traveling. Do you remember Coney 2012?
Yes, indeed, I do.
Okay, well, when I was that's Joseph Coney. He was the
right.
The rebel,
supposedly the child soldiers that he recruited.
Oh yeah, no, and we saw it. We saw the things that guy did. There's a theory that he actually is no longer even alive. I was in Africa. I was in Uganda on the border of Sudan in the year I think 2000. So I mean,
back then is certainly when it was going on. I mean, a lot of people now are saying that it was odd that it came about when it did. And some people were even thinking that there were some political motivations for getting Americans interested in Coney, so that it was about a year after they discovered a huge oil deposit. So
it might be. I mean, it's a land that is definitely rich in resources, and one of the things we went into the refugee camps on the border of Sudan because you had a lot of refugees trying to escape Sudan because of the Islamic regime, the Khartoum regime. And they weren't even allowed. The Ugandan government didn't even allow these people to plant seeds, because they had some sort of deal going with the UN where the UN had to supply rice for them.
So why were you there trying to spread Christianity? Was that what you were trying to do?
Well, at the time, I was a missionary at the time.
Nice.
Obviously, I'm not now.
Oh, okay. It'd be great to go now. That'd be funny. But so back then, so what does that work entail? You basically just, I mean, I'm not trying to be even fun. Would you like walk around with a lot of Bibles and just sort of?
Well, okay. Well, here's what I mean. It was twofold. I mean, one of the guys in our group was a doctor. So we were providing medical relief to some people what we could. We had very limited supplies.
Right.
And then the other part of that was like Bible studies and stuff.
I see.
But the way the trip unfolded was very. See, I went on this trip because of this guy that I know from Sudan. His name is William Levi, and he claims he's a Jew. He claims he's part of like the lost tribe of Levi, right? Whatever. And he came to this country. Somebody's typing something.
Yeah, I am.
He came to this country because he escaped the Muslim regime that killed his parents, and he came to this country. He's actually a very brilliant guy. He went to NJIT. He graduated first in his class with a degree in robotics engineering, and he decided that what he wanted to do was help rebuild his country. Like he would go into these villages and build wells. He would provide education. He would try and set up internet cafes for the children.
Okay, that sounds good.
And
yeah, go ahead.
So he was the guy that sent me there, but he was organized on his end here in America. His contact in Africa was very disorganized.
I can imagine.
Michael Longwa. So when we got there, Michael goes to us. He goes, okay, we're gonna drop you off in the refugee camp in Jumani, right? And so we took like this puddle jumper plane, and we ended up in this ghost town on the border of Sudan. And Michael decided like he was going to stay back in Kampala, which was which is the capital of Uganda. And
right.
He said like, I'll meet you like 5 days later. So he leaves us with this kid guide. Right? And
how old is the kid?
The kid, he couldn't have been, his name was Taban. He couldn't have been any older than 12.
Oh, wow.
No.
Yeah, and so we're in this town, and all of a sudden, like, we're the only white people in this town. And there's all...
That town's not Camden.
Yeah, and it was worse than Camden. There was all these Muslim rallies going on, right?
Oh, boy.
And at night around our quote-unquote hotel, if you want to call it that... all of these guys would gather and start like throwing would start throwing death threats at us.
Oh wow!
And we were like, okay, yeah.
Did you tell them that thing about you shouldn't cast stones or whatever that?
I just went like, I'm gonna go and cover myself with the mosquito net and maybe you'll go away.
Right.
And. Obviously, they didn't kill any of us. I mean, I think it was just a lot of posturing, and I think
did they draw guns on you and such or no?
No, but I mean, literally crowds of people, would gather around.
Wow.
And
jeez,
and just threaten you, and then
let me ask you something. If you were at that moment, right, they were to somehow capture you and say you must. Now, remember, this is you back then, so you were obviously, aligned with the Christian faith. Would you have gone ahead and, let's say, denounced it in the face of certain?
Okay, no, I remember I had this conversation with you earlier. I mean, this is what made me realize that I wasn't truly religious, is because I probably would have. While my friend Rob, he was hardcore.
Good old Rob.
Right? My friend Rob was like, he's like, just screw it. If we die, we die. And I was like, I'm not with him,
Right. He speaks for himself, not for both of us.
Right. So that was sort of why it was like, okay, yeah, this was sort of like a passing fad for me, and that's it.
Jeez. So for how long were you over there?
We were over there for a couple of weeks, But on the way, but talking about Coney 2012, all right? So on the way back we had to go back from Adjumani. We had to travel from Adjumani to Kampala, and this time we didn't fly.
Sure, just a quick aside, I really think that the Jews should move to Jumani because it just sounds like they should be over there. That's where they should really be.
That'd be Jew-tastic.
Go ahead.
So anyway, we had to travel in convoys of like it was 12 cars, and every other car was packed with guys with automatic weapons. Right, because you were traveling through rebel territory, and along the side of the road, you would see skeletal remains of trucks that had been blown up with RPGs.
Oh boy!
And then we saw the burnt remains of what had been a school, and the guys in our car with us had told us, they said, well, this is where Coney had come in, and he had captured the schoolmaster for that school. He had boiled him alive and made the children eat him.
I've had some pretty shitty principles in my life. I guess I'm just going to throw that out there. And likewise, the idea, this sounds so fucked up, but I've hated school so much that the thought of seeing it ruined and exploded is actually kind of nice. I would just think it'd be neat, and especially if I was, forced to carry a machine gun. It doesn't sound all that bad, this whole child soldier thing. I mean, you get a machine gun, no school, get to eat your principal. I mean, maybe we're we're intervening when we really don't have to.
Wait, you mean just let the rebels do it?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, the whole child soldier thing doesn't sound so shit. It doesn't sound like a bad gig.
No, it doesn't.
I could go around with a machine gun when I'm not. Let me ask you something. At what point in your life did anybody want a machine gun more than when they were 9 years old? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I would do is walk around a 9-year-old with, making machine gun sounds.
How come the two other hosts aren't laughing?
I'm just trying to think back of when I first wanted my machine gun.
Yeah, I mean, really, I would always be like, I was playing with G.I. Joes. I was all into that. I mean, shit, like back then was when I was actually been like, yeah, come on, want to be like in the Army and the Special Forces, be an Army Ranger. It was all about that. This would be, so there you go. I mean, I'm just thinking that, maybe we're sticking our nose where it doesn't belong.
We're going about this all wrong. So what do you think? What do you think the draft date should be then, Dan?
Well, you should get it when they're interested in it. I think that you should go from G.I. Joe. That during G.I. Joe, they should basically just have a draft sign-up sheet. They could, if they like we used to watch G.I. Joe cartoons and the commercials. You should be able, sign or call in right then to join G.I. Joe. Only it's not G.I. Joe; it's the Marine Corps.
Okay, you want to go back to Thanksgiving jokes?
No.
What is the pumpkin's favorite sport?
Let's see. I feel like I actually want to figure it out.
Okay, I'll give you a second.
Mm-hmm. Pumpkin's favorite sport. Well, what involves pumpkins? But it's probably not something that actually has pumpkin in the title.
Yeah, it's going to be like pumpkin ball or something like. It's going to be something like that.
But it's got to be something that's a little bit more creative than that, like pumpkin.
Pumpkin dumpkin or pumpkin iron.
What is the pumpkin's favorite sport?
Oh boy, can I use a lifeline?
You can. Which lifeline?
To be able to phone a friend. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Get DJ on the phone, please.
Let's connect DJ to AT&T. Get DJ on the phone. All right, what is it?
Yes, what is it, please?
Squash.
Well done. Well done.
That is some good shit.
Let me tell you something. That right there, whoever wrote that is going places. Okay?
It's probably Dan Swanson, the guy who called me.
Hey, so by the way, Brendan, what did end up happening after the end, though? I just don't want to leave you hanging with the story. So you see these kids, you see the school, and now what?
No, I mean, you would see the school, and every now and then you'd see a burnt out body.
Wow.
And then the icing on the cake was that we broke down in this town called Gulu. I think that's what it was called, right? And that was a rebel town that was controlled by the rebels on our way back to Kampala. And I remember I remember sitting in the room and going, Mike, talking to Michael Longo. I go, Mike, I'm getting bored. I'm going to go outside and walk around. And he goes, no, you're not. Because he knew I would just be dead within 10 minutes if I did that.
Were you there around the same time as Machine Gun Preacher?
Machine Gun Preacher.
You never saw that movie? It's Gerald Butler.
No. Go ahead, tell us.
It was all it's based
give us
off
a give us a movie review.
I didn't really like it very much, but it was based off a true story of a guy who went to Uganda to, I believe, fight Coney. I want to say it was around that time period, and it was he was a former Hell's Angels, or he was a former motorcycle guy. He was a criminal. He got out of jail and he became a born again Christian and went over there and he basically changed his whole life around, and he almost started neglecting his American family just to go and be with the children of Africa and to help them in their help them build things in the communities and ward off the.
No, but did he resort to violence?
Absolutely.
So then he really wasn't a born again Christian then.
Listen, I don't know your crazy doctrines. What do you know? What are you asking me for? I guess isn't there an eye for an eye type shit? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do when they're shooting at you? Throw Bibles back?
I guess if it was self-defense, but I mean, if he went looking for trouble, then he was.
Well, he's not going looking for trouble, but he's trying to set things up. And when they come trying to blow up schools, he blows them up first. It's like a John McClane, but
So this was like a real life Die Hard. Is that what you were saying?
Kind of. I didn't much care for the movie, but yeah, it's a real story. They got to, it's one of those things. If you notice these movies now, it's like based on a true. Now it's just like inspired by true events. It's like at one point it's just gonna be like one time something happened somewhere, and now we're gonna make a movie. It's just like they're pretty much absolving themselves of any truth.
Do you remember that movie? Do you remember that movie where it's the guy and the girl? They go to the Caribbean and they go on that scuba diving boat. Ride and they get left behind. I think it was called. Was it called Deep Blue?
Yeah, I think so. Was that? Yeah,
I think it was called Deep Blue. And it's in the beginning of the movie. It says inspired by true events, but at the end of the movie, they're dead. So and they're and the whole time they're out in the ocean alone. So how the fuck does anybody know what really happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, these things are it's all really shitty the way they set these things up. Everybody's trying to horror movies now, especially, always trying to be like since that's because everyone knows that everything's made up. So the only way to try and get any sort of legitimate scare into somebody is to say this is true, or this was based on a true story, or this is real footage. They've even gone so far as, do you remember The Fifth Kind or whatever that Mila Jovovich movie was?
The Fourth Kind, yeah.
Yeah, where they set up an entire fake website, an entire they wouldn't call people actors and actresses, even though they clearly were, and they were like they tried to like erase IMDb pages about them and such, just so that they could keep them and act as if this was all real footage. So the studios go to great lengths to try and pass things off.
I can hear Brett or Nick breathing really heavy and not knowing how to contribute right now.
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so that's all very good, but I'd love to know what if so at that point you stopped being you after your little missionary trip, you just gave up on it.
No, it wasn't like, I mean, that was like the beginning for like this of soul searching for me.
I see. It
was like, am I really?
How do you feel about your African brethren now? Are you all for them?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, just like what, having been there and up front, I mean, like, what's your take on all the tremendous amount of conflicts and things going on?
Oh, that country's fucked.
Uganda, the Congo, all these things.
That country's fucked. I mean, those people, war is in their blood.
I see. It's in their blood.
It's never going to get any better. I mean, there was so many heinous acts of violence going on there.
Yeah.
That's a country. I meant continent.
It's fine. We get what you're saying.
I had no idea what he was saying. I'm glad he clarified.
See, that's why I have to be very precise for people
Absolutely.
like Nick.
Nick is our show proofreader.
Yeah, I'm like Tony Reale on PTI.
Yeah, I didn't get the reference, but I'm sure it's funny.
Yeah, it's an ESPN.
Me too, Brendan. I'm with you on that.
No, I get it. It's a sports thing. Don't worry about it.
And by the way, how come you and Nick aren't starting a sports show?
There's so many of those that it would just be yet another one. That's the thing. So
All right, Nick, talk him into it.
I mean, my thing would be if we were going to do a sports show, my goal would be to have a fantasy angle to it.
Well, being that I know nothing about fantasy other than here, the only thing with me is I can tell you that I know 3 sports, very well. I mean, enough to like do any of that stuff, and then. After that, I know the history of the other 2 very much, and
Well, you know what? NBA, football, and what's the third one? Badminton?
No, not football. No. I know MMA, boxing are the 2 ones I know them, and NBA, and basketball. When it comes to football, I know, not like a real nut. Like the way I am with some of the other ones. And with baseball, I used to know quite a bit about. I can tell you people, I can talk about like Ted Kluszewski or freaking, people in the past, Chuck Klein and Jimmy Fox and guys from the turn of the century. I've gone to Cooperstown. I used to like play Earl Weaver baseball on the computer, all these old things. But I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I could name almost every major league player in like 1988, 89, or, I had all the cards. But since then, since like the mid 90s, I've become a fair weather fan if ever there was one. So, I don't know how much use I'd be in anything involving baseball. So,
Who won the Pacquiao fight this weekend? Because I didn't even check.
Pacquiao won, right?
Pacquiao won. Yeah. He won all 12 rounds. It was he fought Brandon Rios, and which is Rios has got a ridiculous chin. He's just like he's like something out of a movie where he can just take a ridiculous amount of punishment. But ultimately, it was basically like watching Pacquiao fight a heavy bag. Like literally, he just teed off on him for 12 rounds, and the guy just kept coming, and Pacquiao won an easy decision.
No, so Dan, did you watch this on pay-per-view?
No, I watched it. I watched it pirated.
Okay, so you went online then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you do the same thing that I do then.
Yeah, I'm not watching. I can't.
Now, let me ask you something. If you went online and you watched this pirated,
yes,
you didn't obviously do it from your mobile device.
No, I did not.
So
I was at my girlfriend has she has a like a laptop. Well, actually not a laptop, a desktop.
So why can't you get there for the show?
Well,
that's
because
cool.
because she's sleeping, and I would have to do it in the room that she's in.
Move the computer.
I don't think you realize just quite how small the apartment is. Not to mention that she has a child, so that now that's going to be like, now I'm just like yapping it up, and because like, I got school. Actually, tonight he wouldn't have school tomorrow, so I probably could have done it, except that she's got to work tomorrow. But yeah. So
how old is the offspring?
He is 12.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's like you can have a conversation with him.
Yeah, that was pretty much my thing. Yeah, I can't deal with like little kids where it's just goo goo gaga. I need to like have like, hey, what's up? Yeah, stay out of my shit. That's pretty.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you, Dan?
I mind you asking very much.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I'm 34.
Okay.
Wow, you're young.
When was your Dan? When was your birthday?
What?
When was your birthday?
June 26th.
After June 26th, you kept calling yourself 33, so I thought I had caught up to you for a little while.
Did I really? No. You're 32, I thought.
I'm 33 now.
Oh wow, I'm only a year older than you. Wow, I thought that I was 2 years older than you.
No. I thought we had caught up for a little while. I thought we could both go around saying we're the same age.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've let you down. Like you're a little disappointed now.
I am. I'm very disappointed.
That milestone. You wanted to be able to say, "Look at this. I'm the same age as this guy." But much like like a big brother, little brother thing, you'll never quite make it there.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
No,
you can kill me, and then take my place, and then you won't have to worry about me being older. So, Nick, you're still a youngster, right? You're the youngest one on the show.
Yeah. Now that I know how old Brendan is, yeah.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Just want to remind everybody how old I am.
You didn't have to tell anybody.
Good. You're what? Are you 50 now?
Yeah.
Tell us what we have to look forward to.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's the kicker right there.
Yeah, like let me ask you, when you wake up in the morning, is there still morning wood? Like I'm just serious. Like, does it still go up and stuff right away, or do you need like
only if I have to take a major league leak.
Right.
That's it.
What constitutes a major league leak?
Well, it's not like one of those like half-assed leaks. It's one of those things that you better get to the toilet fast,
or we're
going to have a flood.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about. But yeah, no, I don't know. You fall apart gradually as you get older, and you go to the doctor. They, for $40 copay, they take your blood pressure and squeeze your nuts, and you go home. That's
so
what
you had the finger in your ass, right?
I haven't had that yet. Well, not from my doctor.
You're supposed to. No, you're supposed to have really gotten that done. You never got that done.
I'm surprised because I had thyroid cancer, so I'm like, I would think there'd be, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna bring that up.
You had thyroid cancer for real?
Yeah.
All right, wait. Hold on, Brett. Don't tell the story just yet. Hold on. We got to get you. We got to get you your music up, and then we want to hear the thyroid cancer.
Oh, I thought JJ was back.
No.
I believe I can fly.
He just kept going on.
I know. His enthusiasm was unbridled.
All right. Hold on, Brett. All right. Okay, Brett, we want to hear your thyroid cancer song.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't notice anything under my chin, and my wife didn't notice anything. Where's the music?
I hear it.
Oh, there he goes. And my wife didn't notice it. So one day I'm hanging out at the office, and my mom looks up and she says, "What's going on underneath your your chin over there?" I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "It's just fat." And she says, "No." She goes, "It looks like there's something there. You should get that checked out." And I said, "All right." So I go to the doctor, and my regular doctor never spotted it. And he says, "I'd like you to go to a cancer doctor." I'm like, "Oh shit, really?" And he said, "Yeah." So I go to the cancer doctor. The cancer doctor orders for me to have, I guess, some needles stuck into, to be put into my throat, so they can grab little pieces from my thyroid, like they would, and so they did the first round of tests. It was like indecisive. Then she had me do it again in about a month to 2 months later, and then they found some funky cells in there. So they said you should have your thyroid taken out or a partial thyroid. So I go to this top doc at Roosevelt, Lenox Hill Roosevelt Hospital, and he says that we should take the whole thing out, so this way you don't have to worry about it ever again.
I'm sorry. I've always wanted to laugh at somebody telling me the cancer story.
Yeah.
I've just needed to do that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. It is funny.
I've just always wanted to do that.
It has a happy ending, so far. And
oh, wait a minute.
So,
then I gotta take the music off. Then. So you mean you didn't die then?
no, I didn't die yet.
Okay.
So
they removed the thyroid.
The doctor says, let's take the whole thing out. So I spent the night in the hospital in the city. They took it out. And then a few months later, I had to take some radioactive iodine. And I had to be away from people for a few days. My wife would leave food outside the bedroom, and then she would run away.
Like in a doggy bowl?
Like a stray animal.
It was like room service.
Good. Oh my God, I want cancer.
And so nobody can go near me because I was radioactive. And radioactive. Radio Gaga. So that passed, and I went back to the hospital to get the scan, and that stuff goes through your system, and it goes right to the thyroid. Thyroid cancer is the only curable cancer that there is. Like if they don't, they didn't have to use radiation or
you're actually cured now or something.
I'm actually cured, but they want to make sure that. They want to make sure that none of it actually got to any other part of the body. So the scan showed that nothing went around. Then a year later, you have to do another scan, which I did in February. And so the next, I guess it's 5 years that you go for a scan once a year to make sure that there's no other cancer showing up any place else in your body. So that's what. So that's it. So I'm good. I'm healthy.
We're all very excited.
Roger Daltrey agrees.
Yeah. Thank you,
So
Roger.
that's fantastic. I wanted that story to be a little funnier. But
no funny in it.
Yeah, punch up your cancer story.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to be a little bit more self-deprecating. Some bad things
listen,
happen.
what
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, who's the come on, who was the guy? Bob Schimmel did
Robert
did
Schimmel.
a whole. Yeah, he did a whole thing on cancer. It was like on his own cancer.
Yeah, because he's terminally ill.
That's even funnier. So you're saying that in order to be to make it funny, it's got to be terminal. That's when it gets to be funny.
My story has a happy ending. Schimmel's dead.
Yeah.
But
See,
and it had nothing to do with the cancer.
Yeah,
But you know what? If that car accident didn't happen, he was going to die anyway. He was really in bad shape.
God, he was funny.
Yeah, he was.
See, I never thought he was that good, but I liked everybody that I know that liked him. So I used to hear him on Howard Stern all the time. I never thought he was particularly good or his
I thought his
routines.
stand-up was great. I thought his
Yeah, a lot of people do. I'm in the minority, but I never liked him very much. I did love the fact that he wrote for In Living Color, which I thought was one of the best shows around. And he was I think one of the head writers of In Living Color. But I never really liked any of his stand-up stuff. It was actually pretty I don't know. It just didn't do much for me. But hey, listen, Brett. That's why don't you throw some of that into the routine, huh? Can we work on some stuff?
I haven't come up with anything funny about it. I guess there's something there somewhere, but I haven't worked on any material for that.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? You want to get out of here now?
I want a quick question.
Oh yeah, go
It is. I'd like to ask one quick thing. Are you aware that there's a hotline for turkeys? The Butterball hotline?
Yeah, the Fiona Apple hotline, isn't there?
Yeah, there's also the 1-800-Butterball. You don't think they're open right now, do you? It's Thanksgiving Eve and all.
We can try. Hold on.
What
I'm just
do
curious to see.
Thanksgiving and Halloween have in common?
Thanksgiving and Halloween.
Yeah, go ahead.
One has gobblers. The other one has goblins.
Oh, very good.
It's just a little
Who's
information for you.
It makes you think.
Yeah. Why don't people in the ghetto celebrate Thanksgiving?
Why do we have this phone going?
Oh, because we're calling 1-800-Butterball, aren't we?
Why don't people in the ghetto celebrate Thanksgiving?
They don't have enough money, and they have nothing to be thankful for.
KFC isn't open on holidays.
Oh, goodness. That's a racist and terrible joke, and you should be ashamed.
I just read it out loud.
Ah, sure.
You know what? We can't. This is... I hate this new Skype. I really do.
You can't call out, or you can't Skype out, huh?
No, it doesn't...
Right.
I mean...
I would love to have done some of these jokes for the people working tonight. I'm sure they would welcome a nice, friendly call filled with Thanksgiving glee.
So here's a little bit more information for you.
Yeah.
In what country is Thanksgiving not celebrated?
Oh.
Well, probably every country other than
really.
Yes, right? Isn't who else would celebrate Thanksgiving?
Turkey.
Yeah. Good one. Hey, I just thought of something. By the way, that other one, in addition to being racist and insensitive, is actually incorrect because KFC is open on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
So there you go, Google jokes.
Okay, the show is done now.
Put that in your white pipe and smoke it, you crusty old crackers. All right, I've said my piece.
All right, the show is done now. Bye-bye.
We're done?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
Now.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Yep. Bye-bye.
That's it? We're done?
Yes, Brett, we're done.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay, there you go. Always the...
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Corrosive Radio.